live, both live recording and live on the podcast. Thank y'all so
Ooh,
much for tuning in to this episode of West Coast Wednesday. I'm Suge Wrestling,
the
joined this
best.
week by Fess. I'm
Yes.
waiting for Matty. If Matty can join us, it'd be great. But
Hey, real quick, and the feedback is back. I think it has something to do with starting the podcast.
starting the show causes feedback.
I because it wasn't happening when we were talking before, but the second you hit live, it kicked in.
That's crazy. I don't even hear it this time.
That like okay, I wish I could record the sound so I could send it to you.
Okay, hold on. So I'm gonna just have to do one mute job when I'm not talking.
I
To,
mean,
to
we could keep it going. Really, here's the thing. I don't know if it's just us hearing it or if it's like folks on the other
I
end can
think
hear
it's
it
just
too.
us because I don't hear it. I don't hear it in the playback. When
Mm-hmm.
I listen to it, like sometimes I do, but it's real minuscule. So we just not going because it's not
Yeah.
much we can do about it. I don't think I can swap out the cord next week, but
Mm.
that's literally the only
I'm just
thing.
curious.
That's the only thing I can think to do because this mic is new. This cord is
Yeah, I mean,
new
it can't be the
and
mic.
it's
I don't
and
think
it's
it's the mic.
upgraded.
It's like honestly, I do not believe it's the mic. I don't believe it's your interface. I think it's just something weird happening with Eve Mux, which I still have not learned how to say.
I just think they want us to pay for it.
Right? They're just like fuck it, hit them with feedback. They ain't paying for it.
Hit them with the feedback.
Gotta hit them with the blick. Hit you with the
So,
stick.
did you check out so you check out Raw this week?
I did not this week. I actually just caught replays.
Okay, so I didn't. I actually since we're here, shout out to
Mm,
the people who tuned in already.
yeah.
But low key, I worked Valentine's Day, so I had to make that up.
Mm.
I went to go see that Captain America. Have you seen it yet?
I have not, but I've heard it's a mixed bag. I heard us folks, you know, I heard us folks. We was fucking with it, but I heard some other folks was not.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, I was having this conversation on X the other day with the homie.
Mm.
This has jumped into my second favorite Captain America movie, and I'm saying that to say that all the Captain America movies are fantastic.
Yeah, but now I gotta know which one who got replaced. What got bumped
Civil,
down?
Civil War got bumped down.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
the Civil War got bumped down.
I'm gonna be real with you. I would have put First Avenger getting bumped down over Winter Soldier and Civil War. Come
No, so
on,
now it goes Winter Soldier, Brave New World, Civil War,
and then First
and
Avenger.
then the first Avenger.
Oh my god. Okay, Winter Soldier definitely is the best of the Captain America films. We can
Yeah,
agree on that. We can agree on that.
but this was like Sam's Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I could understand that because like I haven't seen the movie,
Mhm.
but from what I have seen, first off, CGI on Red Hulk is fantastic.
Okay, so it was fantastic on Red Hulk. I'm gonna warn you right now, it was not fantastic on the villain.
You know what? That's fine. That's fine.
When I tell you this has been the one of the worst comic book movie villains look wise since Green Lantern.
It's the leader, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh god, yeah, they screwed up the leader because the promo footage was or the promo images were much better than what we saw. I saw the leader. It's shit.
The Hulk villain with the brain on the outside,
Yep.
basically.
Oh
Yeah,
god. And that's not what he looks like. The leader just has a really elongated head, and they had it. They had the look. The promo images had to look perfect. It was like if they just gave us that, we would have been fine.
I also hate the fact that everything related with the Hulk has to be green. Like, don't insult my intelligence.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the leader was green. He always has been green. It's just gamma radiation. But it's like I can understand that feeling where it's just like it feels like every Hulk villain is green. minus Red Hulk. And it's just, you know, we already know that the MCU hates Hulk. Jesus Christ. What was that? What did you just do? What did you just do?
To be honest, I unmuted and my mic kind of hit something. No, not the mic, just the mouse on the thing hit something.
I'm curious as to what that was because that just took the frequency to like a high pitch.
That's crazy. Am I back to a normal? It might be
Yeah,
this
you back.
cord.
It's back. You good.
I
It
might
might
just
be the
have to
cord.
swap this cord out. Like
It might be the
I
cord.
bought two. I bought two when I bought it. You know.
Oh yeah, it might be the core. It might be time. But
Yeah,
that's what
it's
we're
been through a
saying. It's
lot.
like it feels like Hulk villains or MCU just doesn't like the Hulk. Because if we did, first off, we would have been had a Hulk movie with Mark Ruffalo. Like that would have happened ages ago. And I don't care what anybody says to me. I hate when folks say that The Incredible Hulk was a good movie. No, it is not. No, it is not. you just like the way it looks because it was gritty. The movie fucking sucks. There are no redeeming qualities about the Incredible Hulk minus the look.
So, which one are we referring to?
We're the Incredible Hulk that was the one with Edward Norton.
Okay, so it goes Hulk, the Hulk, then the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, like if we're talking about Hulk movies, yeah, I'd rather take Eric Bana over Incredible Hulk because the Incredible Hulk was just a gritty movie and that's it. It was. It's part of the reason why I don't like. Why I love the Dark Knight, but I hate the Dark Knight at the same time because it did some irreparable damage to comic book movies. Like in my opinion, the Dark Knight possibly, if it did not exist, we would probably be in a much better place with comic book movies.
It would. I feel like X-Men First Class should have came out first.
Yeah, X-Men First Class was getting there. It was honestly trying to return comic movies to what they should have been. Which, like, I don't read comics to look at gritty shit. I know it's going to happen, but the vibrant colors mixed with the amazing art is what I look forward to. That's what I want in my comic book movies, which is why I'm so fucking excited about Fantastic Four. Because it's like, that's it. That's what you need. Vibrant, old school outfits, something that fits.
I feel like the people who've done comic book movies historically well are now doing comic book movies. And it only took us 20 years to get to this point,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad we're here. And that's enough of that because we could talk about this for hours.
For hours.
We probably will on a different day, on a different show because we can stream Ocknerd from Suge Wrestling if we want to.
Yeah, we could. Absolutely.
We'll do that one of these days. But did you didn't catch Raw? Did you catch Grand Slam Australia?
No, but I did hear about that tiny ass ring.
Okay, so
I heard
it was
I heard about that tiny ring more than I heard about the show and its outcome. I was like,
I caught bits and pieces. It kind of felt like a WWE overseas show to me.
mm-hmm.
You had one big title change, and it's usually a women's title. And Toni Storm got her lick back.
Yeah,
Love to see it. This show was like filled with controversy because first I heard people were pissed because they thought it was going to be at a bigger venue. They thought they paid more because it was going to be at a bigger venue, but then they moved it to the smaller venue and they didn't change the price. That's just that expensive AEW ticket prices. I don't know what to tell you. Right. I feel it. I feel for you because that's what I'm dealing with right now.
And to be fair, it's like it's not like folks understand exactly where AEW is at right now. A lot of the fans are still thinking, "Oh, this is the era of post-punk." We're still vibing, but let me be honest with you, AEW is on a slow downfall. I'm being generous by saying slow. I'm being very generous by saying slow because, quite frankly, the most interesting thing about AEW is like Toni Storm. Classic, absolutely, like amazing, does everything she does. The Death Riders, They're consistently doing their thing. And whatever the hell Edge is doing, because Edge is on his retirement tour.
I disagree. Um, AEW has a lot more going for it than just that. I wouldn't say it's on a slow downfall. What I think is, I think we're settling in to a new normal. But I can't, because again, like all the critics say on Tony Khan, uh, he got his daddy's money. He got money. Brother has long money.
Yeah.
Um, so it's not one of those things where he has to keep a network happy to to keep his product going. He can, you know, do what he needs to do if necessary,
See,
money
but
wise.
that creates a bigger problem because you absolutely do have to make your network happy. Because if you don't keep your network happy, they're going to boot you from the network. You
So
boot
here's
them
the
from the
thing.
network and you lose eyes. You lose eyes, you lose money.
So here's the thing. We've seen wrestling survive on a pay per view basis. We
You
know
have
that AEW can deliver on pay per views. We know that they can also deliver on a subscription based service. They have a venue that they can
mm,
run shows out of exclusively if need be. Um, they're you can't say they're not keeping their networks happy because they just signed a new deal. Um,
mm,
but they where they're failing at, in my opinion, is transparency.
yeah.
Because, like, keep it a stack with you. Um, if you go, if people gonna talk about you either way, you know, let them talk about you deciding that you didn't want to get the ring across. You just didn't want feel like shipping it. Say that,
Yeah.
or
See,
have somebody have
yeah,
the closest. Have Will Osprey come out because he's the closest thing to like top baby face in the company right now. Or Kenny
mm,
Omega. Have Kenny Omega come out and say something like, "We had issues getting our ring over here for whatever reason, because tariffs. I don't know. Blame the president. I don't give a fuck.
shit. Might as well.
But just say we were committed to getting y'all a show, so we had to go out and we found the best ring that we could to put on a show for y'all. Like that's
And
easy.
yeah, that's super easy. But you didn't even have to do that. You could have just put out a tweet. And that becomes the bigger problem is that Tony Khan, I think, is afraid of failure. And he doesn't realize that failure creates success. When you acknowledge the things that you are failing at, you create an opportunity to succeed.
Failure is a
And
huge part of business.
yeah, and like I just think that he's afraid of failure, which is why he gets pissed off at people online when they call him out on it. It's why the product continually suffers because he's just like, I'm going to keep doing things my way. And it's also the reason why he can't put asses in seats. It's like if you wanted to
Wait a
be,
minute. Wait a minute. We'll see about that because
mm,
I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm
okay,
gonna hold you to those words.
listen, I am okay with being wrong with them actually succeeding because success for
No, because
AEW creates
listen,
success in the business.
listen. Because I'm trying to get tickets to Revolution. I'm trying to get 2 tickets to Revolution.
Mm,
So if AEW can't put asses in seats, there should still be some $50 seats left. Holler if you hear me.
I mean, that's facts. That's facts.
I'm gonna check right now. We gonna see what that's talking about right now. Because regardless of what people say, oh, it's a casual crowd. LA is a casual crowd. LA is a casual crowd. Come to LA and watch wrestling.
I'm going to tell you where I think AEW could really beat every other promotion in the booking category. I don't think AEW needs a single booker. I think AEW needs a parliament style booking team where multiple people put in their input and multiple people either agree or disagree on what needs to happen. The issue with AEW and their booking is that it's just, there's nothing there. It's like you book people successfully for a few weeks, you have your blow off on the pay per view, and then it's just nothing for the rest. And that is a huge problem. If you're not a name like Tony Storm, if you're not Chris Jericho, if you're not, John Moxley and the Death Riders, you're just not getting booked as well as you should be. And if you really want to create success, you need to book the lower and the mid card as well as you book the main event card. You can't have them all faltering just because you don't know what to do. If you had a team of bookers, you would always have something to do. When you leave it to one person, you immediately create room for failure and you create room for people to not be able to understand what's going on. Give them
So
that time and give them the moment.
I can kind of speak to one person doing a lot
Mm-hmm.
because, I have my hand in several businesses, and my business itself literally does everything. I set up my business model so I can do whatever I want in like the media or the music space if I felt like doing it that if I just felt like doing it that day, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Um like one day I eventually want to do backline, which
Yeah.
is if somebody wants to have like a concert music festival, they need to rent out some instruments. You rent out based on a day or an hourly rate, a
Mm-hmm.
daily or hourly rate, stuff like that. Or I assist in live streaming and in front of house audio for events, or being a drum tech, or even playing drums in general. I can do all that under there, write stuff off, uh, and do stuff like this. This counts. Like
Yeah.
streaming here, the upgrades you're going to see in the next couple of weeks from here, all that counts. So it's a lot, and a lot of times it can look to other people like you're not making a lot of progress when in actuality I'm making a lot of progress over here and I'm planning over here so I can pivot over here.
Yeah.
And it just, you have to look at it you have to look at each thing individually. Like when I was trying to do all this stuff in father and provider and husband and still trying to pastor or assistant pastoring, like
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot, and it might
Yeah.
not look like you're doing something. You might not look like you're doing something. It might not look like you're working, but planning takes time.
Yeah. And I think that's the difference between you and them. It's because you're one person having to do singular things in multiple areas of your life. Where it's like where Tony Khan has the money, he has the talent, he has the workforce to create more for what he's working for. It's like if your money's long, why does it feel so short in the booking area?
That's facts. Listen, because I'll tell you, my money ain't that long. Because if I had an assistant, shit.
Shit. I'm like, it doesn't make sense for him to not have more for his talent when it's like you want to be the new guy, you want to be the best at what you do, you want to be booker of the year, you want your program to flourish and really beat in the ratings. If you want to do that, then you need to provide more in the back. All right, you have all the talent to push towards the front, but you have nowhere for them to go. So this is when you adjust the back so that you understand what you're working for. I don't care if Chris Jericho is a veteran. I don't care for half of the veterans you got on payroll, quite frankly. You need to create something for the folks who aren't veteran so that these people can reach veteran status. Because all you're doing is pushing them into obscurity, and I'm stopping to give a fuck. I don't care anymore. If you cannot produce content to make your viewers care, why the fuck am I watching?
Look, points were made, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like Chris Jericho needs to either get his retirement tour done or get out the way
Please. God, I'm tired
because
of Jericho.
everybody else came to AEW like, all right, I got a couple more years left. Let me go somewhere where they will book me and treat me like something. instead of WWE being like, okay, you're done now. We'll call you if we need you. Tony Khan's like, okay, you have X amount of time. Let's try to make the most of it.
Yeah, and it's like that. That's something that Tony Khan does very well. Is when he wants to give somebody a retirement run, he will book them to the moon and back and succeed at it. And that is why I have kind of reeled back on my aggression towards Tony Khan, because clearly somewhere deep down you still have that wrestling fan in you that knows what needs to be done. I need that Tony Khan to come out and handle the booking more often for everybody. Because if you can only do this for your veterans, you're failing everybody who's not a veteran. It's just that's just how it is.
Yeah, I look, points have been made. You know, we could be coming around the corner with this Death Riders thing. A lot of people are criticizing them, but I want to talk about this ring situation because
Mm,
I don't like the people who are complaining about the ring, as pointed out by a wrestler that we follow, O'Shea Edwards.
mm,
They don't take bumps. Like
no.
this was a part of my crack journalism in trying to figure out what happened because I just saw people complaining about the ring,
Yeah.
and fortunately, I have situated myself far a little further outside of the internet wrestling community, so I can sit here and be like, "Wow, that's crazy." From like over here with the few people I mess with within the community,
Mm.
so I was like, "What happened with the ring?" And everybody all, that I spoke with was like a bunch of people who've never taken a bump before are complaining about what it looked like.
Yeah, and it's
And
like the thing is that the ring didn't even look that small.
you know what? It kind of brought me back to a while ago when people were trying to get the six-sided ring back in
Mm.
TNA. And I think
I
AJ
still
Styles
miss
came
it.
out and was like, "Nah, that shit hurt."
I I visually still miss that ring. I
Yeah,
know it's probably ass, but I miss that ring.
and if you miss that ring, you can. I still think they worked that ring in AAA.
I believe so.
So
I
if you
think.
miss that, to be honest with you, go watch AAA. You don't need English commentary to watch other
You know,
wrestling in other places. To
you
be
don't need
honest with
any
you,
commentary to watch wrestling at all.
sometimes when Michael Cole and Pat McAfee get on my nerves, I turn them off.
I hit that mute real quick.
I'm not gonna lie to you, and it's my favorite piece of wrestling last week was Hiromu Takahashi going on his little crossbody his little crossbody trade. And the Japanese commentators reacting to the super kick and stopped it. You can't get that. Like while you're
Uh,
at it, if you're a fan of Digimon, go watch that
yeah.
in Japanese.
There's a lot of shit. I'll be honest with you. Like one of my biggest joys in life was watching Pokemon in Japanese. Like that
Really?
gas.
In Japanese?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like 100%. I watched the entire X and Y series in Japanese, and I almost refused to watch it in English because it was so good. And it's like the English cast of Pokemon, they got it. Like they in their bag. They've always been in their bag. But it's just there was some crack in that. There was some crack in that Japanese. There was.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Uh, it's so much more texture because like it's just way more.
Just like there are a few exceptions to where watching it in Japanese probably is the worst option. And it's like that really is like a very small group. And at the top of that list is Ghost Stories. Like, don't watch Ghost Stories in Japanese. Watch it in English. Just do that. Just do that for yourself. This is really good.
But this all this leads me to the question: why do we complain so much as non wrestlers? Why do we
Because it's
feel the
something we
need
enjoy.
to nitpick and critique everything?
Because it's something we enjoy. And when something we enjoy does not kind of match up or line up with what we're used to, you're going to complain about it. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, you're going to complain about it. Because to put that in perspective, right? I think I was telling you a while back, I decided I wanted to get back into playing Skyrim, right? Now, this game has been out since 2011, right? I'm playing the
Yeah.
special edition. I'm at this point, I've played the game 1,000 times. I'm used to modding my game. It usually takes me about a day or two to get my mods back. I tried doing that shit recently and couldn't do it. Couldn't even get the game to load because of all the bullshit that they done put into the game and fucked it up with updates because of the anniversary edition. This is something I enjoy, that I have to sit here and nitpick day after day now, because it's like, why would you fuck up something that wasn't broken? The game worked fine until you updated it. So it's like,
Hey,
when things don't match up to what you are expecting or to what you are used to, you're going to complain about it. And the same thing goes for wrestling. There's a level of quality that we as viewers are used to. And when that isn't matched, you're immediately going to complain about it. Because it's like, imagine, it's kind of like my feelings about Liv Morgan. I love Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan's great on TV. I honestly believe that Liv Morgan also needs to work on her fucking cardio. Because it's
it's
like
not.
she gets gassed 15 minutes into a match every
It's
time.
that za.
Bruh,
It's that za. It's
it
that.
gotta be the Zai. It gotta be, because there's just, I love
Because
Liv Morgan.
speaking of, me Chin let it slip. The weed is no longer on the banned substance list of WWE. So that means Randy Orton is saving like a $250,000 a year because he would just send his money in at the beginning of the year. Like,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
this should about cover it. Go ahead, slide that card. This should cover it.
You think he's still in contact with
Yes,
you think yeah, he's still
yes, yes. Because if they like, it's not one of those things where Matt Riddle didn't stay out of work for very long at all.
no.
So it's not one of those things like, oh man, I lost my house. If they live close to each other, he's still probably getting that oh wait
That premium.
that oh wait.
I'm just like, I'm still kind of mad at Matt Riddle for the way he left WWE, because I'm just like, brother, you were on your way.
He didn't want to deal with Dana White anymore. He said, I can't be in the same company as Raw again. I'm out of here.
I can understand that kind of, because Dana White's a jackass.
He said, ew.
He said, I gotta go. If you got me working for Dana White, I gotta go.
Wait, what's old Big Rob? I got to go. I gotta go.
I'm getting the fuck on.
Speaking of,
Mhm.
I want to wrap all the AEW news for right now. Back to your point, there are still $52 tickets available for
Okay.
AEW Revolution. They're in the back, but I'm excited. You know, I want to see Edge. I don't think I didn't get to see Edge when I first saw WWE. I've never seen Edge wrestle before when he was Edge. I want to see Cope wrestle. I want to see Bobby Lashley wrestle again.
Yeah.
The last time I saw him wrestle was in the Staples Center. Now it's the Crypto Arena. So I've never seen Shelton Benjamin. I need to get there. So hopefully, I'm gonna work a little overtime Sunday so I can get some money for the little Disneyland trip. My taxes gonna be here. We're going. I'm about to tell my supervisor when I get to work, hey, I'm not gonna be here tonight. Prepare the others now.
Right. Muster the Rohim. You're gonna need it.
Hey, look, because my numbers are high on Sundays. But listen, speaking of things, let's talk about Vengeance Day. Did you catch Vengeance Day?
Caught parts of it. Yeah, this has
Okay,
been a very
good.
low wrestling week for your boy, because just shit.
That was a good show.
It was. What I did catch. I don't know if this is after Vengeance Day, but man, Corey Graves is not doing well.
Corey Graves gets roasted every show.
Every show, Booker T was like, "I'm in 2K25," and old dude said, "Corey, are you on 2K25?" Booker was like, "Hell no, he not." And Corey just didn't say anything. And I'm like, brother. And we found out that from Michael Cole, I think he was on the Impulsive podcast. He mentioned that was a shoot. That was a shoot that boy tried to turn into a work, and it didn't work out for him. I still don't understand what compelled Corey Graves to do that shit.
He thought he thought people had his back. He thought the system don't got your back, my brother, Graves, brother.
And it's like, Corey, we respect you for how long you've been here, but you ain't been there that long and done that much to get that level of I can do what I want to. You're not Michael Cole, okay?
Nah, brother, you was just a car getting a
right. You're not
machine.
Pat
Brother.
McAfee. You don't have another podcast to fall back on an entire career in the NFL. You are Corey Graves. You have been with the WWE since the start of your career. You wanted to be with WWE to the end of your career, and you're just fucking it up. There is a time, there is a place. That was neither the time nor the place.
It's crazy when they got Jeremy Borash on commentary for Evolve and not Corey Graves. They had a perfectly good Corey Graves sitting down the street.
Yep. And that just goes to show you that you just don't bite the hand that feeds you. You don't do that shit.
Don't do that. But NXT Vengeance Day, I want to start doing ratings, giving rating system, because I figure if Dave Meltzer can make a platform and put it out weekly or monthly or bi-weekly or whenever, and stay at it to the point where eventually people give a damn about his opinion to the point where they argue about it online, it gives me hope.
So if he can do it, anybody can do it.
If he can do it, we can do it. So I'm not gonna lie to you, Fess. I gave this show a 3 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. And to be honest with you, it was a great show. It shouldn't have suffered like that. And I'll tell you why it suffered. Why did Trick Williams lose the strap match?
I've been waiting to talk about that.
February. I'm
waiting to talk about that.
We just talked last week about WWE and its handling of Black History Month. We literally just had that episode.
It is always hands off. It is the most hands off shit with Black History Month. It's let's film a couple of black superstars talking about what the month means to them. Let's throw in The Rock because he's half black, and then we're gonna call it a wrap. That's the whole month. We may put up some shit about Rosa Parks. We may put up some shit about
We're gonna talk about Martin Luther King and O.J. Simpson in the same breath.
Oh God. I'm just like, dog, if I gotta listen to one more Black History Month like rundown where they mention Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, I'm gonna fucking shoot somebody. I think I might actually shoot somebody. As much as those two were pioneers in the civil rights movement, I don't give a fuck. There are more black people in the world that have contributed to the black community. You can talk about more of them.
Mark Henry was the world's strongest man at one point.
And we don't even talk about that shit anymore.
He worked there. Y'all basically built his career from the ground up. We
don't talk about that nigga. Yeah, this is wrestling. Why aren't you talking about the black superstars? Tony Atlas. You can talk about Tony Atlas.
Ernie Ladd.
You have so
Norman Smiley. Norman Smiley works there.
Norman Smiley. I don't ever hear about these niggas.
Ron Simmons is signed to a legendary Deal.
and Rosa Parks. That's all I hear about from y'all. But you got thousands of iconic black
George
wrestlers.
Washington Carver, tell us peanut butter, Booker T, Washington, like
God.
Booker T at Harlem Heat. Come on now. Like we can Barack
I'm
Obama.
right. I'm sick of the same shit. I'm sick of the same shit every year. It's like nobody wants to do research. You have an entire team that's supposed to be dedicated to working on shit like this, and you don't fucking use them.
I don't even know if they include Ava in the Black History Month stuff.
Jacqueline. We don't talk about Jacqueline either.
She just kind of beige.
I don't understand it.
I don't remember who said that it like eventually in America we just all gonna be beige, but we all just gonna look like Ricky Saints in a minute.
Oh God.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves. I watched this entire pay-per-view. Some things I wanted to point out notably is Josh Briggs and this dude they got from Noah are one hell of a tag team.
Yes.
That was I think that was my favorite match of the night. I just love Fraxium so much. They reminded me of one of my favorite tag teams as a kid, Paul London and Brian Kendricks.
They are, but they're also single-handedly one of the best, like, let's put just two wrestlers together as a tag team we've seen in a very long time.
That's how Paul London and Brian Kendrick got started.
Yeah, it's just like, let's just put these two together and see how this works. Like,
That's
and it worked beautiful.
that's exactly how that tag team got started. They were like, okay, put these two together. And then after teaming for a while, they were like, hey, we should get some matching gear. And then they got the shorts. They did the gesture thing. It was amazing.
That shit was gas. That's still one of my favorite tag team outfits.
You can't tell like the people. It's amazing to see the from my fandom of wrestling because I got into wrestling shortly after everybody left in the Attitude Era because The Rock and Stone Cold and Brock Lesnar weren't going to be there anymore. Mm-hmm. And just to see everybody come full circle to liking wrestling again as a grown man is amazing. But I still want to say that y'all give that era, like the Ruthless Aggression era, cruiserweight division, so much hell. And it was great up until they got racist. It was great until the Mexicools showed up.
You know what? you ain't wrong. It's like when the Mexicools got in, it was like, yeah, let's just keep flipping racism.
Hey, yo. Yeah, it got really weird there for a second. Then we had a team from the 50s showed up.
You got these Mexicans riding on tractors, wearing jumpsuits. Explained it.
Yeah, it just in Los Angeles, no less.
Like, come on.
I saw the Mexicools in LA as a kid. I didn't know how offended I should have been.
I feel like I should have been more offended. I just wasn't at the time.
I was just happy to be there. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's my very first show.
Hey, listen, that's how they try to get you. They know that a whole bunch of people showing up to their first time, so we just gonna slip in a little racism and see if you okay with it.
Yeah, like then Gregory Helms shut it down.
Yep.
That reign doesn't get
masterclass cruiserweight.
Yeah, that reign doesn't get talked about nearly as much. Once the Mexico showed up, it just kind of it tanked what we had going there. It really did. Then we also have a new Shield faction.
We do. An old dude who covered up his whole face.
I love that. That was hilarious.
It was. He was like, "Oh shit, I should be wearing my mask."
Too high, too late.
It's like, why was the mask off? It's like, sir.
I have no idea, but it just. I can appreciate them rebooking this.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not tripping on it because the mask portion was kind of their turtlenecks. That was their turtlenecks. And you know what?
But the Shield had those masks too.
Yeah, the Shield had the mask, but they also had the turtleneck when they first showed up, and that was the first mistake. So It's glad that the first mistake got out of the way real early with this new team.
Yeah, we're not. We're gonna 86 and turtlenecks talk together.
Those turtlenecks, man.
But they were active at the end of the tag team match as well as the end of the main event triple threat match, which was really good. We got. I think Stephanie Vicaire is the best part of the NXT Women's Division right now. If not Jordan Grace. I saw Jordan Grace going off last night, and she's just a low cheat code in there.
Mm-hmm.
She hit like a bruh. She hit a clothesline into a muscle buster.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like she had
Jordan
somebody
Grace.
on her shoulders for a muscle buster, and like she was able to reach out to hit somebody with the clothesline, and then fall into the muscle buster.
That's fire.
Yeah,
God, Jordan Grace is awesome.
Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know what she did, but this career path is this career changes. It's great.
Yeah, we with
I like
it.
the
We're
direction.
with it.
But yeah, Stephanie Vicaire won her first championship. The Fatal 4-Way was amazing. We got 2 Tower of Doom spots in one night.
They're already
Which,
calling Julia and Stephanie Vicaire the new Hogans of NXT, which really means that they're doing something right.
you know, they're comparing Triple H's Big Three versus Shawn Michaels' Big Three. So they're calling them Triple H's Big Three: Bianca Belair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. And
Yeah.
HBK's Big Three is Stephanie Vicaire, Julia, and Jordan Grace.
I'm so okay with that.
Yeah,
And I feel like with the way NXT is going this year, can we get that repeat of the NXT Raw and SmackDown at Survivor Series?
we have so many different. We can also throw TNA in there.
Oh my god, yes. Can we just make every match a fatal 4-way at Survivor Series and with
Because
4 teams?
and I called this and somebody was like, nah, and I think they were like, not at Stand and Deliver, but I most definitely called Obafemi versus Moose. Like, how could they not?
Yeah. That needed to happen. That straight
Regardless of
up
how
needed
you
to
feel
happen.
about Moose, the man is a professional wrestler. Let that man wrestle.
X Division champion too. Like, yeah, please.
And
And
that
somebody else pointed out, like, this is the one thing that is really standing out to me is the fact that the TNA belts look leagues better than the WWE belts.
oh yeah, that new X Division champion looks
Oh,
amazing. Oh,
I'm just
the
like, that
tan,
shit is nice.
the tan. Oh, it makes me want to touch myself.
Bro,
Oh,
I'm just like, never had, like, I know we always say that the WWE belts look like toy belts, but man, like, that shit just put it into perspective. Seeing the NXT belt next to the X Division belt, I'm like, listen, Triple H, I'm
I'm
really going
begging you, please,
to right, shell out some ducats, get some better belts.
please. I think the next redesign is going to be amazing. I
Yeah.
really do. It
No,
has
I
to
think
be.
Triple H is gonna realize that Team A got better belts. He's gonna be like, all right, we gotta we gotta up our game.
Yeah. Because the last good looking WWE belt was the North American Championship.
Yes. And then no, take that back. The World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it looks too much like the last one for me. And
But
I
that's
get it,
fine.
but
That's fine. It still
I
looks
still
great.
like the North American Championship better.
Yeah, the North American Championship is gas. Like, I'm not saying it's not, but what I'm
And
saying is
I
that
like it because of the alternate colored strap.
yeah. Yeah, it's and also it's kind of hard to pull off a red strap on a belt if you don't have a good actual gold on it.
Oh,
It's real easy to screw that shit up.
but yeah, Moose came out there with that blue steel. He hit that Ben Still there.
No, like, yeah, this it feels like we are in a really good swing with NXT But also to move forward with that, we're getting the Hardy Boys back in WWE in a second.
Yeah, and as somebody asked why the other dude, the no quarters crew, no quarters catch crew sounded the way he did,
He's
I
deaf.
was I did not know that,
Yeah.
and I'm
Like
glad.
I picked up on that the second I heard his voice. I was like, "Oh, Buddy is deaf. Yeah, he can't hear
Yeah,
himself."
yeah, no, I knew I knew it was something, but I'm loving the inclusion. Shout out to Crazy Steve. He's blind in one eye. This wrestlers out here doing the damn thing.
Hell yeah.
Zach
It's like,
Gowen.
listen, yeah, Zach Gowen. That's the original. That's
Zach
the
Gowen
original.
was on that gas,
Oh,
boy.
that was the man. Oh, I tell you, there has never been a handicap wrestler that did it better than Zach Gowen. Buddy showed up with the prosthetic and threw that shit to the side and said, "Let's get it."
I don't need this
I don't need this.
because we've had.
He said,
I
"Brock Lesnar,
remember.
I don't need this. I don't need this."
I remember for a while there was also a wrestler in TNA that had a prosthetic. I think he wrestled with it on.
Mm.
But man, wrestling is wild. And shout out to Micro Man, best looking merchant in wrestling. Oh man,
I'm like, shit, they be doing it. Like, I feel like wrestling really is it's that sport that anybody, regardless of what
anybody,
disability you have, you could do something here. It really doesn't matter. Like, you can always do something here.
all inclusive.
Truly.
Then we had we talked about the fatal four way. I mean, all these matches were like really high in my ratings. I think I was giving out 4.5s and 4.5s, but Trick Williams losing the strap match in Black History Month. Like, I didn't even watch the match. I had to go back and do some more crack reporting, like I did earlier. Like, hey, who did this?
Yeah, who was the producer of that?
We need to figure that out. We'll have that
I got
information
you.
for you next week. Oh,
No,
we're gonna
I
do
got
it
you
live.
right now.
We'll do it live.
We're gonna do this shit live because I gotta figure out who I'm yelling at. All right, so we got Orton Logan and Johnny Moss produced the NXT Women's North American Championship.
Is it Oni Lorcan?
Yes, Oni Lorcan.
He's still there. Awesome.
Yeah. Steve Corino was the NXT Tag Team Championship match.
Okay.
Oh, you're not gonna like this.
Who did
Fit Finley was responsible for the strap match.
Bruv.
Bruh, no.
You couldn't have postponed. You couldn't have gave the strap match. You couldn't put him in a street fight, like a DC street fight. Like,
I just Terry
No.
Taylor produced the Ethan Page, Javon Evans match. Terry Taylor. He also produced the Obafemi and A-Town Down match as well.
great matches.
And Johnny Moss was responsible for the NXT Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way.
Which was fire. Fit Finley, bro.
Fit Finley, bro.
Dang. Thought we had an ally.
Right. Sir.
We gotta put you on a list, dog.
Hey, you're Irish. You should know better.
Yeah, no, we gotta put you on a list.
That hurts. That one hurts. That one hurts. I may have to go back. I may have to go back to SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 to take out some aggression. I'm
finna unlock him in 2K23, and I'm gonna open up a can.
I may have to just for that one.
Gotta open up a can on you, dog.
I didn't want to have to do it. I did not want to have to do it. I may have to beat you with your shillelagh. I may have to do it.
Yeah, it's warranted. I got a strap match.
Like
my 99 creator wrestler versus Fit Finley in a strap match. Just as soon tomorrow morning, because I'm gonna rest tomorrow. Because I don't know what my legs are gonna feel like when I get up from this chair. But just as soon as I give me a rest day,
it's going down.
Your ass, Finley.
Like, why would you believe that the best option in the middle of Black History Month was to have this black man lose a strap match.
Where
Are
you
you
can use the strap. And
right?
they said that,
You
and that's when I
fucking
cut it
dumb.
off. I cut it off right when they said, and you can use the strap. Okay, bye.
Yeah, all right. This is my piss break. This is officially my piss break.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go make
I'm
food. I'm gonna do
I'm
anything
out.
else.
10 minutes. I'm on break. By the time my break is over, this match will be over.
And then you gonna do it to Trick Williams? Really? You couldn't you couldn't do that shit to Trey? You had to do that shit to Trick. Really? That's what we're doing?
It's a lot that happened, and we got to wrap up real quick because I got to get these
I feel
closed.
that.
But Ricky Starks is finally free. We've been following the free Ricky story.
Who?
For Ricky Starks is
Who?
finally free. You have to let me finish the story. Remember, Ricky Starks is finally free. We saw him last week on NXT, and he just called himself the Absolute One. And then they chanted Ricky. They had a Ricky chant.
Ugh.
And then this week, when he signed his contract, he has signed the contract now as Ricky Saints,
Ugh.
which, he enjoys. He wanted to pay homage to where he's from,
I don't understand that.
Louisiana. Starks and Saints aren't very different from each other.
No.
And it makes me wonder if he's going to be able to still defend his Defy World Championships as Ricky Starks, or is he going to be defending it as Ricky Saints?
I believe that under contract with WWE, he's probably going to be Ricky Saints, just because. That they're going to do that purely so they can get their name out.
Yeah.
It's a marketing tool, but I mean, I can understand why they did it. You already have somebody on your roster with the last name Stark,
Yeah.
so you don't want to confuse the two or make it seem like they're related in any way. Cool. I get it. I understand that. But damn, like, really? It's you got one extra letter on Starks. You could have made that work. You could have made
Nah,
that work.
I'm not going to complain about it. I enjoy it. I feel like he's going to get through some creative things with that from where he's from as well.
I do too.
I'm enjoying it. And
Come
then
on, it's Ricky Saints. Oh,
Ricky Saints now.
he,
Saints.
he was gonna excel no matter where he went.
Oh, in the Saints, he's excelled everywhere immediately. Like I saw him excel immediately in NWA, and I saw him excel immediately in AEW, and he's gonna excel immediately in WWE.
Yeah,
And
especially since they're reheating the AEW nachos, as the kids are saying these days.
hey, and speaking of reheating things, we're reheating Evolve as well, that independent company that they bought. Um, I think almost 5-10 years ago now.
Ooh.
And it's now WWE Evolve. They have their own men's and women's championship, as well as them getting another set of men's and women's championship for the WWID folks. The Evolve belts will be defended at Evolve events, and WWE ID belts will be defended at those WWE ID events, as well as the partnering promotions that work with WWID. It seems like they're really trying to move forward. Like somebody said, it seems like NXT got so big that NXT now needs NXT.
Yeah, well, it's either they NXT gets another NXT or NXT gets another hour. So
Yeah, give NXT another NXT.
NXT, thank you.
It'd be
I don't
nice to
think I
see
can
the
do it for
WWE
hours.
ID events on Evolve 2. If the recordings hold up nice enough to be shown, but this is going to be shown for free on Tubi in America and YouTube and everywhere else. Since we're talking about AEW WWE reheating the AEW nachos, WWE saw AEW Dark and said,
Ah, let's just
"I
use
will
that too.
take that.
I
Let
think
me
the
get a
sad part is that
piece.
WWE's right. Let me get a pay.
Let me get a piece."
And WWE's gonna do it better, and that's just another hit on AEW because it's like, man, I'm starting to hate certain things about AEW, and it's more the fact that they have the blueprint for success, and then they just throw that shit out the window. Like, they should have
And
never ever lost the whole YouTube thing because, quite frankly, that's where you got your start. The issue was is that you weren't catering to the fans that got you there.
no, see, the problem was in what AEW is doing right, and what let me. I will say this before I end this episode because I know, it's been a while for me in this internet wrestling community. A lot of people will come back and watch just you know talk about me on the pages that they don't know that I know I'm not locked on, but
Mhm.
that's beside the point. Um, and say things like he says he's such a hypocrite because he says AEW has too many belts and WWE's doing the same thing. And yes, they are,
Yeah, but
but
WWE has like three
it's
shows.
way better. No, it's way better organized. You have if you're gonna have the NXT belt being defended, it's gonna be only on NXT.
Yeah,
You don't see the Speed Championship getting defended on Raw or SmackDown, and hopefully we won't see the Evolve Champion getting defended on Main Event or whatever. But it's just everything is organized and branded, and it comes out how it's supposed to. And you're not. Hopefully, we don't see people getting built on Evolve to get squashed on Raw,
yeah,
like we were seeing with Dark. And these are the only things we can hope for. Bro is eat. I'm hungry too. We're gonna go
yeah.
here. Yeah, we're gonna
It
end
is
it
what
right
it is.
here. Hopefully, we're still waiting to see Chad Gable in AAA.
Yeah,
Still waiting on that. Like
you'll
I'm
get there.
not gonna say it's not gonna happen, but we wait. It hasn't happened yet. So this is another news episode of West Coast Wednesday. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and caring enough about our opinions to sit through this entire episode. We're still growing our platform over on this account. So if you like the episode, go ahead and share it. Let everybody know that was watching over on the Suge Wrestling account that we're over here now. We're
Yes,
still going
yes.
strong. Thank you to all 15 of y'all who stayed through the whole episode. Y'all have a great day. I'm going to stop recording on the podcast and I'm going to hit the end broadcast button